What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, and I'm back with another video. And as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about the Toronto Maple Leafs and why I think they should be trading for a defenseman now. I've made this video before. I did this last year on my channel. I did it way too early into the season. We're nearing the halfway point of the season, pretty much the halfway point, and I thought it was time that I made a video like this. Now, before you get too angry and click the dislike button, I'm not saying the Leafs should sell off the farm, get rid of draft picks and top-end prospects and go after a #1 defenseman. I'm looking for a guy who can play solid minutes and can play as a 3-4 guy, because the Leafs definitely need some help. Would I hate them if they went after a #1 or 2 guy? I definitely wouldn't. It looks like the Leafs tried to do something in the summer with Hamonic. Didn't fall through. I'm kind of happy it didn't. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I would have liked it, but at the same time, not really. But I don't want to get too off track here. I want to kind of have it layered out. So, like I said, I've made this video before, and this time I'm doing it at a later time into the season. Last year, I made a stupid move. Last year, I made the video way too early because they were choking games, and I felt like they had a better chance to win if they traded for a defenseman early on. Would it have made the Leafs a better team if they did that? Maybe. But the Leafs proved that they were good enough, to go far and, build. Last year was a building year. They wanted to, show that the Leafs are going to succeed, but just give it time, give it time. They made smart moves at the deadline. They got Boyle. They made little moves, and then, they did pretty good in the playoffs, whatever. So it looked okay. This season is a little different in my eyes. You've already proved that you're a good team. The firepower that is there, the star power is there. So obviously the Leafs are still a building team technically. But if you look at the roster and the way they've been playing, they're better than just a building team. The Leafs proved to the fans and, to the NHL that signing Patrick Marleau was a building piece. It's a piece that they're at least making a push to go for it. They want to win. They're in a window where they can win. And I think it's fair to say the Toronto Maple Leafs are in a window where they can win. They have money right now. They're doing okay with it. And, all that good noise. The Leafs went after Hamonic, like I quickly mentioned earlier, and it didn't fall through. Again, that's fine. We still have JVR. We still have the picks that supposedly the deal was supposed to be. So now that saying that, the Leafs haven't done really anything besides Hainsey and Polak, in trying to improve the defensive cores of this team. So currently right now it's looking like Riley, Hainsey, Gardner and Marinson, Polak, and Borgman. And then, of course, Zaitsev and Carrick. Did I mention Carrick? Yeah. So it's Riley, Hainsey, Gardner, and Marinson, Polak, Borgman, Carrick, whatever. You guys get the point. And Zaitsev, who's injured. Now, obviously, when fully healthy, the Leafs are a little bit better. And if you replace it out and have the defense as Riley, Hainsey, Gardner and Zaitsev and Carrick and Borgman, any of that, it looks a little bit better. Marinson, not the greatest. I'm not a big fan of him. And Polak, not sure why he's still playing. So here's my problem. First, let's start off with that core right now. Hainsey, I hated on him for no reason. And I think it looks like he's been okay with Morgan Riley, and he's been okay for the Toronto Maple Leafs, killing penalties. He's putting up some points. And I have to apologize for misreading that signing by the Maple Leafs. I think some people did, but I'm actually okay with it. Hainsey brings that experience. He's done it. He's won a Stanley Cup very recently, and he's done it. He's a good leader. Then you have a guy like Polak, who, again, has been with this team for a while, and I'm not too sure why the Leafs brought him back again. Now, I know he was rehabbing an injury, and I'm okay with it, but the Leafs already addressed the veteran present. They already addressed the fact that, Hainsey's there. They were talking about adding Polak as depth. He's been more than depth. Babcock loves Polak, and he wants to continue to play him, while a guy like Carrick is not getting the time to play. Borgman getting minutes is good. He hasn't been that great this year. Rosen is depth to me. Dermott is depth to me. And I'm not sure why you're adding another veteran guy like that. Hell, you know what? I can even live with Marinson being an 8th guy to come up or whatever. I know Dermott has been injured. He's back now, but you have to wonder why the Leafs ever kept Polak. I'm not a huge fan of him. I was okay with Polak coming in to be a here and there guy, but it looks like Babcock wants to continue to keep playing this guy. And I know Zaitsev is hurt, but it's almost like Babcock just wants to keep him there anyways. Like, even when Zaitsev comes back, you're probably still going to see Polak in the lineup more than Carrick, which is very unfortunate. But the Leafs need to do something else. Even if I have the perfect combination with no Polak or Marincin in that D-core, it's still not good enough. You need to make an upgrade over a guy like Carrick and Borgman, even though I like both those guys. Hell, even Zaitsev and Gardner at this point, you have to make an upgrade over those guys. So what the Leafs need to do is go into their large group of prospects. Don't take the top ones if you're not going for a top end guy. And I'm talking like I'm a GM here, but I just want to have a discussion with you guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and I want to know if you guys think I'm wrong. But I feel like they should get one of their mid-level prospects, throw in a draft pick and whatever else they have to do to at least get a guy that can help them get better. We've heard the rumors with the best defenseman to the middle crop of defensemen to some other not very good defensemen. You know, we've heard rumors of Ekman Larson, Doughty. Those two, don't think it's going to happen. They've been linked to Ian Cole, Goodbranson. They've been linked to just about every defenseman. Letang, like all these rumors are coming out. I'm not saying go out and get Doughty or Carlson or Ekman Larson or any of these guys. This is not NHL 18, the video game. Go out and get a guy who can play defense. A guy who's going to throw the body and not completely take himself out of the play. And yes, I'm talking about Roman Polak again. I love Jake Gardner, but he's just not really helping me. I'm defending him, and he continues to pull these BS crap that he does all the time, where he completely is out of position and leaves the goalie out to dry. It makes Anderson and McElhinney look bad some nights, when in reality they're getting hung out to dry. Then you see 50 tweets saying that Anderson sucks, when really these defensemen can't help them whatsoever. The goalies are facing way too many shots again. And here I go, I'm getting riled up now. Last year, this was the same thing. The goalies got absolutely peppered so many damn times, and it's happening again. More shots means more energy the goalie has to waste, which means more goals that are probably going to go in. It's just a percentage thing. It's going to go in here and there. And you have to blame that on not just defensemen, but the forwards. But the forwards, I think, at this point of the season have kept up their end. I don't even like Leo Komarov that much, and I think he's doing at least a decent job defensively. And a guy like Kadri, who's injured right now, has been doing a decent job defensively. I like the way Brown and Hyman play defensively, although a lot of people argue with me with their underlying numbers. This is not a stat video. This is an eye test video, and a lot of people hate that. But this is all just from here, looking out, looking at the ice, looking at what is happening. There's a lot of BS happening on the Leafs blue line, and it needs to be addressed. It's time. You have to do something now. This team has a window, and I think Jeff Viette brought up a good point. When you have the money now, why not make some moves and do something? Because when you don't have the money, you're not going to have the luxury to go out and make these moves to get better. The Leafs have the firepower, and I hear you. I know you're going to type something saying the Leafs have all these forwards. They can score goals. Why do you need more defense when you can score so many goals? And I said that. I'm pretty sure I said that, or I tweeted it when we got Patrick Marleau. Like I'm on the team. When the Leafs got Patrick Marleau. Okay, I said that why get defense when you can score so many goals? Well, now it's looking like you're going to need defense because the forwards can't score 5-6 goals every single night because the defense are not playing good. Babcock has said it himself. There's been nights where they blow people out of the water with so many goals, but they still don't play good defensively, and eventually that's going to bite them. And look at the way they've been playing recently. Not a lot of good wins, not a lot of good defensive wins. The last win I can think of is that blowout against Carolina where they were pretty good defensively, but they were just torching them on offense as well. Everything was working. Freddie was working. The whole team played amazing. But again, this is just turning into a rant. The Leafs need to do something now. It's time. You have to get a better defenseman. You're going to have to do something leading up to the trade deadline to make this team better. And it's a thing, I'm not sure if it was a Leafs reporter or somebody just in general saying, when a team is playing good, you have to reward them. It might have even been Lou Lamoriello. When a team is playing good, you have to reward them, and you have to show them that you're invested in the team enough to go out there and get somebody to help them. So Lou Lamoriello, you need to go out there and show the team that you're invested in helping them push for a Stanley Cup. Yes, I said it. The Leafs can push for it. Maybe they won't win this year, but they can push for it. And you have to show that you're willing to go that next step. And again, I'm an armchair GM at this point. I'm just saying stuff. If you disagree with me, let me know. I probably forgot something. I was upstairs thinking about this video for at least an hour, thinking of what I was going to say. I recorded this video a while ago too, about I want to say 40 minutes to an hour ago, and the battery died. So I'm glad I got this off my chest. Let me know what you guys think. Should the Leafs go and trade for a defenseman? Am I crazy? Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next stream. I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.